If I got a question on resultant forces for A-level PE, there's just a few things that I'd watch out for. So firstly, if it asks me to draw the horizontal and the vertical force, I know it's asking for air resistance and weight because it's something that's in the air. So I draw the football out like so. I draw on the centre of mass, and then I draw the weight arrow coming directly downwards from that centre of mass point, and then I draw the air resistance arrow coming from that centre of mass point as well. And then I'd make sure that I've drew on a direction of motion arrow. Otherwise, I can't get that air resistance mark because air resistance always goes in the opposite way to direction of motion. And then it's asking me to draw on the resultant force. So if I see this or parallelogram of forces, I've got to draw that same thing out again. So the weight force coming from the centre of mass and the air resistance as well. And then I may as well just throw in a direction of motion arrow again. And then I draw a dotted line coming down from the air resistance that's parallel to the weight arrow, and then another dotted line that is parallel to the air resistance arrow to create a parallelogram. And then I would draw a new arrow coming from the centre of mass, meeting at that new corner that I've created, and I'd label that as the resultant force. And I'd get a mark for all the arrows coming from the centre of mass, a mark for the dotted lines for the parallelogram, and then a mark for this new arrow labelled resultant force.